Thanks so much. My name is Dominic Bally, and glad to be with you guys tonight. Thank you for taking time out of your night to come hang out with us. It's an honor for us to be able to share some music with y'all tonight here in Orange County. Thank you. Appreciate you being here. You know, at Christmas time, we have these little nativity sets and stuff, right? And we have this little baby Jesus. And when I was growing up, I mean, it's cool. It's just kind of funny. We'd wake up and we'd go to this little manger and we'd sing Jesus Happy Birthday. And it was like my mom's way of reminding us that it wasn't about us, but it was about Jesus, right? But what's crazy about that is at Christmas time, we can forget that Jesus didn't stay in the manger, right? He didn't just stay a little humble baby, which is ridiculous that he humbled himself to become a man, and not just a man, but a helpless infant. But we got to remember that he went and he lived this perfect, holy, blameless life. And he went and he touched the people who nobody else would touch. He healed the sick and he cleansed the leper. He brought hope to the hopeless. He brought light to the dark places where nobody else would go. He had dinner with the outcasts of society, the people that you and I would maybe just shun at even. We kind of roll up our windows and lock our doors if we saw him on the street or something. We tell our kids, get away from that man or whatever. Jesus went and hung out with those people. He lived this perfect, blameless life, and then he went and he died a criminal's death on the cross because humanity was broken and enslaved to our sin, and he wanted to pay the price for it so we could be set free, and so we did. And then he was buried in a tomb, but the story doesn't stop there, right? Because 3 days later, he conquered death, and he rose from the dead, and he broke the chains of sin, and he rose victorious. And what's crazy about Christ is that when he fights, he doesn't try to fight for the victory. He fights from the victory because he is the victor. You know what I'm saying? He is victorious. And sometimes when we think about God, we just think that he's only kind, and he's only gentle, and he's only compassionate, and he's only gracious, and he is all those things without a shadow of a doubt. But the prophet Isaiah said that the Lord is a warrior, and he's like a man of war who shouts out with a triumphant cry of victory over his enemies. And he's got the victory, all the victory. He's seated in the heavenly places far above all principalities and powers, far above every name that is named, both in heaven and on earth. And all things are subject and submitted to him. And what's crazy is that if we're in Christ tonight, which probably many of us are, and that we have that same victory. We got that same victory in him. I'm going to play this song right now that talks just about that. And on the chorus it says, triumph cries out, a shout of victory. And I would love it if you believe tonight that Christ actually is victorious, that he didn't just stay a little baby and he didn't just stay in a tomb, but he actually rose victorious and conquered sin and death, that he's actually the King of glory and the King of kings. That I would love it if you would lift up your voice when we get to this part of the chorus. It says, triumph cries out, a shout of victory. Why don't we lift up a shout in this place if we believe that he's actually good? You know what I'm saying? Now we go to our football games and our baseball games and we shout our brains out, you know, we lose our voices because we're so excited about the dude with the metal hat throwing around the leather ball who gets paid $4 million a year to do so. And yet, we come into church, man, and we start talking about God, the God of the universe, and how incredible he is, and we're like, yeah. What is that? So when we get to this part of this chorus, it says, triumph cries out, a shout of victory. I'd love it if y'all would lift up your voices. I'm Dominic Bally. Thanks for hanging tonight, being with us together on Christmas together. My heart is overflowing with a good theme. I recite my composition concerning the King. My tongue is like the pen of a ready writer. Selah. Should be low, the heavens locked out, your presence drop right. English triumph cries, here it comes, a shout of victory. That wasn't what I was talking about. I know y'all can do better. Lord is my shelter from my enemies. I will not fear what they can do to me. In the struggle I fall strength for